Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Bhakti Vaibhav class. So, in the previous classes, we have been discussing from various chapters, starting from the 5th chapter about the process of creation, how the Supreme Lord created the 24 elements, and then combining them, he created 120 universes, and then entering into each and every universe as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, how he created the universal form. Then entering into, then the lotus appears from his navel. Then he expands himself as Hirodaksha Vishnu, enters into that lotus. Lord Brahma appears on the top, who, with an intention to have the darshan of the Supreme Lord, performs tapasya. Then had Lord Darshan, offered prayers, and he heard from the Supreme Lord, somewhat similar to Chatushloki Bhagavatam, similar context. And being empowered by the Supreme Lord, Lord Brahma then divided the lotus into 14 divisions with many subdivisions. Then he created 4 categories of living entities. First category was different variety of immobile living entities such as plants, creepers, etc. And second category includes the aquatics, reptiles, mammals, and birds, the different variety of animals. The third category includes the human beings. The fourth category includes 8 types of superhuman beings, which are the Devatas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Charanas, Vidyadharas, Siddhas, Asuras, and then Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, Pitrus, and Sadhyas, like that. The 8 category of superhuman beings have been created by Brahma, the fourth creation. So this is what we have discussed in the previous chapter, 10th chapter last week. And today, in responding to the question asked by Vidura, somewhere in the middle of the 10th chapter, that please tell me about the time. That time he briefly mentioned about the time, which is the cause of the creation and annihilation. Now we will talk about the different divisions of time between the creation to the annihilation. That is the chapter of 11. In the 11th chapter, the details of the time are given, from which one can understand the length of the month, year, and yuga. So like that. Okay. So we'll continue from the beginning of the 11th chapter today. So there are total 42 verses. Talks about the time divisions, starting from the beginning of the creation of the universe to the end of the annihilation of the universe. So starting from text number 1. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Charamasadvisheshanam
Dharmaha Sadvisheshanam
Charamasadvisheshanam
Dharmaha Sadvisheshanam
Aneko Samyutha Sada
Aneko Asimutha Sada
Paramanusa Vigneyo
Paramanuha Sa Vigneo
Nunam Aikya Brahmoyata.
Nrinam Aikya Brahmo Yataha. Translation. The material manifestation, ultimate particle, which is indivisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as an invisible identity, even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man.
So, in order to describe the time division, the smallest possible time to the biggest possible time, Sukadeva Goswami first talks about, the Maitreya Rishi first talks about the smallest possible particle to the biggest possible matter. So with respect to matter, the time is explained. That is understanding. So the what is the smallest possible matter? That is Paramanu. The Paramanu is understood to be the smallest particle of the material elements. Sadvisheshanam. Charama. Charama means there is no smaller than that. It is the maximum possible thing. There are innumerable such particles and they are always combined. Because of their small size, men are mistaken. Identifying them with small particles they can see. So basically, these are the smallest possible particles. That's why they are called Charama and they are named as Paramanu. And they are many. When they are combined together, they appear to be like small dust particles. And whatever dust particles appear, people may think that okay, these are Paramanus, but they are not Paramanus. So what are the under will be explained later on, but it is understanding. Finding the nature of the subtle time difficult to describe. Maitreya first described the division of matter. The smallest division of parts of material elements is called Paramanu. So in order to explain the division of time, first Maitreya talks about the division of matter and taking matter the reference, he will explain the time. The smallest possible matter is the material particle is Paramanu. Though the particles are many, to understand about the subtle nature of time, it is appropriate to isolate one particle and thus the singular is used. But still, the one particle should, by its nature, be either combined or uncombined. The verse therefore says it is not joined. So it is said uncombined, always uncombined. A samyutan sada. Matlab, the what is the understanding is that when few particles are combined, it is a combined particle. But if there is a particle which is not combined with anything else, it is the ultimate particle. So that ultimate particle which has no other combinations is called Paramanu. So like that. This particle is understood to be the Paramanu. This means that it cannot be seen. Paramanu, it is the smallest particle, that's why it cannot be seen. Then what is its size? From these particles which arise, men make a mistake concerning what constitutes a single particle. So, but see, we can't see, then how do we understand its existence? Yeah, what we see is nothing but the combination of some of the Paramanus. So, by seeing, by observing something which we can see, we can understand. By dividing that to the extent that where we cannot divide further, that indivisible particle is Paramanu. So that is the understanding. Like that Sukadeva was Maitreya Rishi is explaining. One perceives the very small particle of light which are seen in the rays of sun shining through a lattice window and thinks here is one particle, here is another fine particle. A sixth part of that light particle is a Paramanu, but it is invisible. Men are mentioned because some small insects the size of Tatsrenu can also see this particle. So basically the understanding is that normally we cannot see this Paramanu, but when six Paramanus are combined together, they form one Trasarenu. And Trasarenu is a visible particle. When you are in a dark room and the sunlight in the morning daytime around 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., it is coming into your room through the window. And especially during summer season, may not be in the rainy season. If you observe in that the light beam which is coming into your room, you can see some small dust particles moving up and down here and there. That particle is called as Trasarenu. Trasarenu is nothing but the combination of six Paramanus.
Parma.
Yeah, when you divide Trasarenu into six parts, the sixth part is Paramanu and that cannot be divided further. According to at least Maitreya Rishi, that is the smallest divisible part, indivisible part. You cannot divide that further. And that is that cannot be seen by us. But when such six components, six such Paramanus combine together, that is a Trasarenu. That Trasarenu we can see it as a dust particle in the lattice window during summertime. So that is how it is explained. So we cannot see Paramanu, but some small insects which are of the size of Trasarenu can see this small object. small insects like amoeba, bacteria, etc., they can understand what is Paramanu, how much it is, because they themselves are very small and they can see something smaller than them easily. So that is the understanding. So basically here, our Maitreya is telling that the smallest indivisible particle is Paramanu. And like that, there are unlimited Paramanus within our universe. When you combine all the Paramanus, all the material elements that are existing within our universe, all of them put together, it is called Paramahan. Before all the material elements are subjected to Pralaya, annihilation, their combination is called Paramahan. So that is mentioned in the next next verse. The indivisible smallest particle is Paramanu. The combination of all the Paramanus that are existing within our universe is called Paramahan. So like that. So please repeat after me. शत एव सत एव पदार्थस्य
सतैव
तत एव
पदार्थस्य
पदार्थस्य
स्वरूपावस्थितस्य यत्
स्वरूपावस्थितस्य यत्
कैवल्यं परममहान्
कैवल्यं परमं महान्
अविशेषो निरन्तरः.
Atoms are the ultimate state of manifest universe. When they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies, they are called the unlimited oneness. There are certainly different bodies in the physical forms, but the atoms themselves form the complete manifestation.
So basically, the smallest particle is Paramanu. The biggest matter possible in our universe is nothing but all the Paramanus that are there within our universe and which will continue to exist till the time of Pralaya. When there is Pralaya, all the Paramanus are destroyed. So that is understanding. The totality of all the Paramanus which exist separately before dissolution is called Paramahan, with no examination of particular qualities and separate objects. That means by the combination of Paramanus, we get to see so many objects around us. Our bodies, our gadgets, our homes, the planets, nakshatras, and lokas, all these are manifesting because of the combination of Paramanus. So as long as this distinction is there among different objects, different people, that means the Paramanus are existing. When everything is destroyed, there is nothing exists, there is no distinction. That is called Pralaya. And before that, whatever number of Paramanus are existing, combination of all of them is called Paramahan. The Paramanu has been described as the smallest particle. Now the greatest state of matter is described. The state of oneness of the Paramanu, of the particles of matter, which is its previous to the transformation into a condition of Pralaya, is called Paramahan. That means basically all the Paramanus prior to Pralaya are called Paramahan. How can all objects which are mutually different with various qualities become one? There is no sense of distinct qualities and no sense of different particles or objects. It is the totality of all matter. This is the meaning of Paramahan. So basically, when you take all the Paramanus together as one object, that is called Paramahan, and that one object when enters into Mahavishnu, there will be nothing left. That time everything is void and null. So in that way. So basically, the smallest indivisible particle is Paramanu, and all such Paramanus combined together that are existing within our universe throughout the period of maintenance. That is called Paramamahan. This is the smallest possible matter and biggest possible matter. So, like that. And then from the next sloka onwards, he starts talking about time with reference to this matter. But before that, see these two verses wherein the Paramanu concept is explained. This is actually a particular Siddhanta, just like we have Dvaita, Advaita, 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 Ishtadvaita, like that. In the past, there are 6 systems of philosophy. Among the 6 systems of philosophy, there is one system of philosophy was Vaisheshika. So the Vaisheshikas talk about the Paramanus only. Here, the great sage Maitreya is describing a brief summary of Vaisheshika, Paramanuvada, propounded by the great sage Kannada. Similarly, at other places, there is a summary description of other 5 philosophies. Gautama's Nyaya, Jaimini's Mimamsa, Ashtavakra's Nirvishesha, Kapila's Sankhya, and Patanjali's Yoga, in addition to Srila Vyasadeva's Vedanta. So Vedanta is the main subject matter of the entire Bhagavatam. But here and there, once in a while, summarily, our acharyas, they also briefly describe the other 6 systems of philosophies. So Kannada's Vaisheshika, that is Paramanuvada, Gautama's Nyaya, Jaimini's Mimamsa. Mimamsa is Karmavada. Ashtavakra's Nirvisheshavada, that is Brahman philosophy. Kapila's Sankhya, that is Paramatma philosophy. Not Paramatma. Sankhya is about again Jnana Yoga. Patanjali's Yoga is about Paramatma philosophy. Srila Vyasadeva's Vedanta is about Bhagavan philosophy. So like that, these are the different systems of philosophies that are there around. So taking the reference of the matter, now time is described by Maitreya Rishi. You are able to follow? Hare Krishna, all of you are able to follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
So instead of getting into the details, simply understand the smallest indivisible particle is Paramanu, and there are millions of Paramanus within our universe. All the Paramanus put together is called Paramamahan. The entire matter is called Paramamahan. So basically, the entire universe is Paramahan. So like that. Now, Evam Kalopi Anumita
एवं कालोऽपि अनुमिताः
Sakshme Staulye Cha Sattama
सौक्ष्मे स्थौल्ये च सत्तमा
Samsthana Bhuktya Bhagavan
संस्थानभुक्त्या भगवान्
Avyakto Vyakta Bhugvibhu.
अव्यक्तो व्यक्तभोग्विभुः. Translation: One can estimate time by measuring the movement of the atomic combination of bodies. Time is the potency of the Almighty Personality of Godhead, Hari, who controls all physical movement, although he is not visible in the physical world.
O best of men, just as matter has been understood to have very fine and very huge states, Sukshma and Sthula, smallest and biggest, time should also be understood to have such divisions. Evam Kalo api Anumita. Similarly, Kala time also has the smallest division and the biggest division. Pervading the states of Paramanu and Paramahan by his Shakti, the Lord, though invisible, delimits this material realm and pervades it. The Supreme Lord, the Creator, the Mahavishnu, pervading through this Paramanu and Paramahan, who himself has no limits, but keeps this material world under limits with respect to time. Matlab everything that is happening in the universe, we have time measurements. Everything we see in terms of time only. Time can be understood in a manner similar to the existence of very fine and very great particles of matter. How do these extreme dimensions arise? By pervading through the finest and greatest status of matter by his Shakti, the Supreme Lord by nature unseen limits the whole universe. He then pervades it all. So basically, the Supreme Lord in the form of time pervades everywhere. As a result of that, we understand the divisions of time. Andantarastha Paramanuja Antarastham. So like that. So Vibhu can also mean that he is skillful in matter of creation and other acts. So now let us understand what do you mean by pervasion. The Lord is pervading everything. What exactly it means. So let us see. Sakala Paramanurvai
स्वकाला परमाणुर्वै
यो भुङ्क्ते परमानुतम्
भुङ्क्ते परमाणुतम्
सतो विशेषभुग्यस्तु
ततो विशेषभोग्यस्तु
सकाला परमो महान्.
स्वकालः परमो महान्. Atomic time is measured according to its covering a particular atomic space. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of the atoms is called the great time. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So the understanding of Lord's pervading the matter is mentioned here. The time expended for the sun to go the distance of one paramanu is called a paramanu of time. And the time expended from one dissolution to the next is called Paramamahan time. So it's like this. This verse explains the phrase by pervading the smallest and largest elements. So what do you mean by that? The time which elapses for the sun or sunlight to pass over the form of Paramanu is called the Paramanu time. So the understanding is for the sunlight to cover the distance of a Paramanu, whatever time it takes, that time is called as Paramanu time. And whatever time the sun takes, or whatever time it takes the sun to cross over a Paramanu is called Paramanu of time, or the smallest division of time. Similarly, the time which pervades the whole material realm without distinction, time in the form of the sun, by expenditure of years and yugas, starting from the creation and ending with the dissolution of the universe, is called Paramamahan time. So, there is a particle called as Paramanu. So, that Paramanu has some dimension, maybe the width or diameter, volume, density, weight, etc. Sunlight travels in a linear manner. So, whatever time it required for the sunlight to cross a Paramanu of a diameter d, that time is called Paramanu time. And like that, this entire material world also exists for a particular time. For whatever time the material universe exists, that long the sun's light is spread all across. The sunlight is passing all over the universe. That time is called as Paramamahan time. So what is this time? This time begins at the time of creation and this time ends at the time of annihilation. From the creation to the annihilation, whatever the total time, that is called Paramamahan time. So from our understanding, Paramamahan time is 100 years of Lord Brahma. Because at the beginning of the creation, Brahma is born, and when Brahma's 100 years are over, there will be Prakritika Pralaya, the complete annihilation of all the universes. And this total time is called Paramamahan time. So this is the time that we can think of that is existing within the material creation. So when the material creation cell is annihilated, then what is the use of counting the time? So like that. So these are the two smallest and biggest division of the time, and in between there are so many other divisions. This entire chapter is all about the in between divisions, like that. Since there is an equivalent name given to the divisions of time and material particles of Paramanu, Anu, and Trasrenu, there are also equivalent name given to the time and the material substances called Paramahan. However, there is difference in the terminologies and sizes of the time and objects between these extremes. So there is something, understand, we should not get confused that there is something called as Paramanu, there is something called as Paramanu time. When you say Paramanu, it is a material particle. It has got length, breadth, volume, diameter, density, etc. But when you say Paramanu time, it is measured in terms of seconds and microseconds or milliseconds. Name looks same, but the name indicates different things. Same way, Parama Mahan matlab the entire universe. Parama Mahan time matlab the total time for which the creation exists. From the beginning of the creation to the end of the annihilation. So like that. So these are the two extreme measurements of time. The smallest measurement of time and the biggest measurement of time. And in between there are so many other divisions. The rest of the chapter is all about the middle divisions of time. So if you have understood the smallest limit and the biggest limit, remaining all are in between details only. You are clear? If anyone has any questions about these divisions, please let me know.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
Mr.
Krishna. This is Prakrutika. It is the time, the biggest one is between the Prakrutika Pralaya, na? Two
Yes, yes.
Prakrutika Pralaya. Okay.
It is the time from the beginning of Brahma's birth till the end of Brahma's 100 years. At the end of Brahma's 100 years, what happens is called Prakritika Pralaya. All the universes will enter back into Prakriti and Prakriti will enter back into Mahavishnu.
Mahavishnu. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Other devotees? Anyone has any question? Because if this is clear, remaining all are in between small divisions only. They are all like details. Anyone else? Fine. Anurdvau paramanu syat.
अणुर्द्वौ परमाणु स्यात्
Rasarenustraya smrutaha.
रसनेत्रया स्मृतः
Jalarkarashmi avagataha.
जलार्करश्मि अवगतः
Kam evanupatangagat.
तम् एवानुपतन्नगात्. Translation: The division of gross time is calculated as follows. 2 items make 1 double item and 3 double items make 1 exatom. This exatom is visible in the sunshine which enters through the hole of a window screen. One can clearly see that the exatom goes up towards the sky. Hare Krishna.
Two paramanus make one anu. Anu is Dva paramanu. Two paramanus combined together makes one anu. And three such anus combined together makes one Trasarenu. So Prabhupada calls it as exatom. So the Trasarenu is perceived by the eye when the sun rays enter through the lattice window. So that's what I'm saying. During summer time, early in the morning, you are inside the dark room, but your window slightly opened. In that slight opened window, the sunlight is coming in. In that sunlight, you get to see small particles moving up and down. And this particle is Trasarenu, which has got 3 anus and 6 paramanus. One can see it moving up towards the sky. Kham eva anupatam agat. It is generally this Trasarenu goes upward only. It does not fall to the ground. That is understanding. 2 paramanus make 1 anu. 3 anus make 1 Trasarenu. The Trasarenu can be perceived. It can be seen. It can be known as it follows after the air because of its lightness in the rays of the sun entering through a lattice window. It remains moving about. It keeps moving here and there. It does not settle on the ground. Natu gam agat. It does not go to the earth. What is the evidence of the anu and paramanu? Okay, fine. I'm saying Trasarenu only. You tell Trasarenu the smallest indivisible particle. Why are you talking about paramanu anu? What is the proof? The Trasarenu is the evidence. It is a common rule that without having dense and numerous parts, the possessor of the parts cannot be seen. The Trasarenu is the possessor of 6 parts with 3 gross anus and 6 paramanus. However, the paramanus are not the gross at all. So what we see is grass. So, but Since we are seeing, that means that it is the smallest individual particle. It is the combination of some subtle particles. The subtlest particle is Paramanu. So 6 such Paramanus come together form one Rasarenu, which we can see. So like that. Solidity involves many objects. Thus, the grossness of Anu depends on the Paramanu. This proves the existence of Paramanu. So Paramanu existing, Trasarenu existing because of the 3 Anus, and Anu existing because of the combination of 2 Paramanus. So like that. The visibility of Trasarenu is not possible without solid parts. Making the Anu solid requires only 2 Paramanus, not 3 or 4, using the logic of accepting the first possibility. So basically, Anu is called as the combination of 2 Paramanus. That's how it is defined. And Trasarenu is called as the combination of 3 Anus. Only 3 Anus are enough to make it visible. Before it becomes 3 Anus combination, it is not visible. In order to see, in order for us to able to see one particle, only 3 Anus are enough. Not more than, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 10. Only 3 are sufficient. That is the minimum possible condition. How 3 and why 3? Just as Gemini argues that 3 partridges are the minimum requirement for sacrifice. So a minimum of 3 Anus produce density so that the Trasarenu can be seen. This is called Kapinjala Nyaya. I don't know. Gemini's Karma Mimamsa philosophy says that so for a sacrifice to be completed, at least you can do an offering of 3 partridges. Or it is also said that a king supposed to do many sacrifices, but if he does at least 3 sacrifices, that is good enough for him. So it is like that. Generally, a king is expected to do at least 3 sacrifices. That's why Lord Krishna made Yudhishthira Maharaj to perform 3 Ashwamedha sacrifices. Actually, they have sent 1 horse only after Kurukshetra battle in order to, at least from the Mahabharata point of view, because of so many warriors have been killed. Yudhishthira was thinking that I am responsible for the death of all these people. And Bhishma says to that you perform Ashwamedha sacrifice. So the rule is that at least one should perform 3 times. So Lord Krishna told that no problem. You send horse 1 time only all over the surface of the earth. Let us see if somebody accepts or do not accept. After the horse comes back, performs 3 fire sacrifices. Instead of sending the horse 3 times, send horse 1 time only but perform 3 horse sacrifices. That is enough. That is equal to sending the horse 3 times and performing 3 horse sacrifices separately. So like that, a king supposed to do at least 3 sacrifices in order to complete his quota. So like that. That is the minimum 3 required. Same way, the minimum 3 Anus are required to become a visible particle. That is Tarsarenu. This is some logic the Acharyas are saying. So like that. But for us anyway, that is not required. Y3, Y4 are not required. So 2 Paramanus make 1 Anu, 3 Anus make 1 Tarsarenu. Just like Paramanu time is the time required for the sunlight to pass through a Paramanu. Similarly, Anu time is the time which is required for the sunlight to pass through a Anu. Trasarenu time is the time required to cover one Trasarenu. So like that. This is how it is understood. A matter has been described. So whatever time the sun required by the sun to pass through that particular element is called that much time. So that is how it is explained. Okay, that is mentioned in this now in this shloka. Trasarenu trikambungte
त्रसरेणु त्रिकं भुङ्क्ते
yakhala satruti smruta
यक्काल स त्रुटि स्मृताः
शतभागस्तु वेदस्यात्
शतभागस्तु वेद स्यात्
तैस्त्रिभिस्तु लवस्मृतः.
तैस्त्रिभिस्तु तव लव स्मृता. Translation. The time duration needed for the integration of three Thrasarenus is called a Truti, and 100 Trutis make one Vedha. 3 Vedas make one Lava.
Hmm. The time it takes for the sun to pass over 3 Tasarenus is called a Truti. 100 Trutis make one Veda. 3 Vedas make one Lava. 3 Tasarenus make one Truti. According to Surya Siddhanta, a Truti is defined as the time taken for a needle to pierce a lotus leaf. So, most of our Matajis, they regularly do garlanding to take out the lotus petals, and you put them in order so that they can appear in a particular design. And while doing so, the needle, whatever time it required for the needle to pierce, matlab, the lotus petal, for the needle to go from one end to the other end, matlab, one side to the other end, the flat portion, the flat petal, and this side you start, insert, and that side, the needle, the first point of the needle comes out. Whatever time it takes, that is called one truti. 100 Trutis make one Veda, 3 Vedas make one Lava. So, like that. निमेषस्त्रीलवोज्ञेया
निमेषस्त्रीलवोज्ञेय
आम्नातस्ते त्रयक्षणः
आम्नातस्ते त्रयक्षणः
क्षणान् पञ्चविदुकाष्ठान्
क्षणान् पञ्चविदुकाष्ठाम्
लघुता दश पञ्च च
लघु तादश पञ्च च. Translation: The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimesha. The combination of 3 nimeshas make 1 kshana. 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kasta, and 15 kasta make 1 lagu. Hare Krishna.
3 lavas is 1 nimesha, 3 nimeshas is 1 kasta for one kshana, 5 kshanas is 1 kasta, and 15 kastas is 1 lagu. Maybe in the 10th verse, I have put a table which will show what is the time equivalent in terms of seconds and all. That time we will come, trace back how what will be the smallest particle of time. Laguni vai samamnata
Lagudi vai samamnata
dasha panchacha nadika
dasa panchacha nadika
dve muhurta prahara
te dve muhurta prahara
sadyama saptavanranam.
sadyama saptavanam. Translation: 15 lagos makes one nadika, which is also called a danda. 2 dandas make one muhurta, and 6 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of the day or night, according to human calculation.
15 lagus make one nadika, 2 nadikas make one muhurta, 6 or 7 nadikas make a prahara or yama for human beings. So here, generally, in our regular calculations, in other parts of the Bhagavatam also, it is generally said as 1 muhurta is equal to 48 minutes. And 1 muhurta had 2 nadikas. So 1 nadika is equal to 24 minutes. But here in this chapter, we see that 1 nadika is equal to 30 minutes and 1 muhurta is equal to 60 minutes. It is set like that. So if one nadika is equal to, sorry, one nadika is equal to 30 minutes, in a day, there are 24 plus 24, 48 nadikas. And in a day, there are 24 muhurtas. But traditionally, it is generally used as, in a day, there are 30 muhurtas and 60 nadikas. Because each nadika is about 24 minutes. So in a day, we have 24 hours, each 60 minutes. So there are 60 nadikas in a day. Nadika, danda, they're all same. So, and then one complete day is divided into 8 praharas. One prahara is about 3 hours. We say in terms of Krishna as Ashta Prahariya Leela. So one day has been divided into 8 divisions. Daytime has 4 divisions, nighttime has 4 divisions. So in one prahara, Lord Krishna performs one kind of Leela. One prahara Vasal Leela, one prahara Sakya Leela, one prahara Madhuri Leela, like that. It keeps changing. Like morning prahara, maybe morning 6 to 9. Mother Yashoda taking care of Krishna, bathing him, dressing him, or feeding him breakfast, etc. So that Lord Krishna spends time with Mother Yashoda. Then Lord Krishna at 9 a.m. leaves for grazing the cows. He goes, and 9 to 12, it is a playing prahara. And 12 to 2, 12 to 3, we can say. 12 to 3 is like lunch prahara and break, resting prahara. And 3 to 6 again playing prahara. 6 to 9, he comes back again with Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda bathes him, dresses him, and then gives him dinner. So from Mother Yashoda's point of view, 9 o'clock Krishna sleeps. But Krishna 9 o'clock goes and performs pastimes with the gopis. So that will be their prahara. So like that, one prahara, Lord Krishna performs different activities. So it is said like that. So in a day, total there are 8 praharas. 4 praharas during daytime, 4 praharas during night time. And one prahara will have 3 hours. And here, Muhurta is 30 minutes, Nadika is 60 minutes. Nadika is 30 minutes, Muhurta is 60 minutes. So normally, if one Nadika is 30 minutes and one prahara is 3 hours, there should be 6 Nadikas in one prahara. So here it is said, 6 or 7 Nadikas make a prahara or yama for humans. So it is called Ashta Prahara Lila, Rashta Yama Lila. Yama also it is called. So in that way. So now let us see what it means. Why 6, why 7? 6 or 7 Nadikas make a Prahara or Yama. Day and night are divided into 4 Praharas. In a day we have 4 Praharas. During night time also we have 4 Praharas. Matlab one Prahara is equal to 3 hours. When the day or night is normal, then there are 6 Nadikas. 6 into 30 minutes in a Prahara. That is 3 hours. So in a normal day, especially in the month of April and October, where daytime is 12 hours and night time is also 12 hours. So because of that, the daytime there are 4 praharas and each prahara will have 6 nadikas and each nadika will have 30 minutes without any issue. So when the day or night is long, then there are 7 nadikas in a Sandhya prahara. That means, so now, for example, October. Currently we are in August, September. So October, our daytime and nighttime both are equal. From October onwards, as time progresses, the daytime becomes smaller and nighttime becomes longer. For example, you take January. In January, the sun rises around 7 a.m. and sun sets around 5:36 p.m. itself. Nighttime is longer and daytime is smaller. And in May, June, etc., the sun rises early in the morning, 5 o'clock, and sun sets around 7, 7:15, 7:20, like that. There's a long daytime and small nighttime. It is said that during those hour days and those timings, the Sandhya Prahara, when the daytime is more, the Sandhya Prahara will have 7 Nadikas. The morning Sandhya will have 7 Nadikas and evening Sandhya also will have 7 Nadikas. If night time is more in the month of January, the Sandhya Prahara will have, the night Sandhya Prahara will have 7 Nadikas, and early morning early morning Prahara Sandhya also, Sandhya's Prahara also will have 7 Nadikas. So like that. So when the day or night is long, then there are 7 Nadikas in a Sandhya Prahara. That is 3 hours 30 minutes. So similarly, when the day or night is short, then there are 5 Nadikas in a Sandhya Prahara, 2 hours 30 minutes. So for example, sun rises 6 a.m., sun sets 6 p.m. There are 12 hours daytime, 12 hours nighttime, and there are 4 praharas. Each prahara is about 3 hours. If the sun rises at 5:30 and sun sets at 6:30, so 5:30 to 9 is the first prahara in the morning. That will have 3.5 hours, which is supposed to be 6 to 9 because sun is rising early at 5:30 only. So 5:30 to 9 is the first prahara. It will have 7 nadikas. The previous prahara, early in the morning, 3 to 6 prahara, which was supposed to have 6, but 5:30 only rising. So the prahara will start at 3 and it will stay up to 5:30 only. So there are only 5 praharas. Similarly, in the evening also, the 3 to 6 prahara will extend up to 6:30. That will have 7 nadikas. And 6 to 9 prahara will reduce to 2.5 because sun is setting at 6:30. So 6:30 to 9 is only 2.5 hours. It will have only 5 nadis. So like that. This does not include the nadikas at the 2 sandhyas. It means the 2 sandhyas nadikas of the first and last praharas of the short night become the part of the long day. So when there is a short night, 2 praharas will have 5 nadikas and 2 praharas will have 6 nadikas. The middle praharas like 9 to 12, 12 to 3, they have 6. But 6:30 to 9 will have 5 and 3 to 5:30 will have 5. Because and then same way that day we have long day. So 2 praharas will have 7 nadikas and 2 praharas will have 6 nadikas. The total that day will have 48 nadikas. So 48 nadikas are 8 praharas. Similarly, in the opposite way, if the day is short, so 2 praharas will have 5 nadikas, and long night will have 2 praharas, 7 nadikas. Total 48. So this is how the division is. But this is general division. It is not that always 5:30 rises and 6:30 sets. It can vary again, but general principle is like that. So a day should have 4 praharas, night should have 4 praharas. If the daytime is more, the morning prahara and late evening prahara will have more time, more daytime wala, and less nighttime wala. The early morning prahara and early night prahara will have less nadikas. This is how they adjust. This is the way they have been considered in in time. So like that. So basically here, one nadika is called as 30 minutes. Is considered to be 30 minutes, equal to 30 minutes. So what is the procedure to understand that how many nadikas are completed in a day? There is a method has been given in this shloka. So this method has been used traditionally in Jaipur. Previously, people used to have this Gatka Yandra. Based on that, they used to count how many Gatikas are over since the time of sunrise, etc. etc. So this is a continuous procedure. Currently, we have wall clock. In the past, in the history, they used to have this Gatka Yandra, which has a specific procedure. We'll discuss that in the shloka. Based on that, they will count how many Gatikas are completed till now since morning. So like it will keep continuously going on. So like that. So 9th verse. द्वादशार्धा फलोन्मानम्
द्वादशार्धफलोन्मानम्
चतुरङ्गुलै
चतुर्भिः चतुरङ्गुलैः
स्वर्णमासै कृतच्छिद्रम्
स्वर्णमाशये कृतच्छिद्रम्
यावत् प्रस्थजलं प्लुतम्
यावत् प्रस्थजलप्लुतम्. Translation: The measuring pot for one nadika or danda can be prepared with a 6 pala weight, 14 ounce, pot of copper, in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masas and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed on water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called one danda. Hare Krishna.
So this is called Gatika Yantra. Even on YouTube, if you type Gatika Yantra, you can see the video how it is done. The procedure is, there is basically a pot which will have a small hole at the base, and the pot is kept in a water bucket. Because there is a small hole at the base, because the weight of the pot, water slowly comes in. The time it takes for the water to fill the pot and the float submerges into the water, that is one nadika or one danda or one gatika. All three are same only. So here in this chapter, which is it is equal to 30 minutes. So it will take 30 minutes for the pot to submerge into water. That is understanding. The measuring pot for one nadika or danda can be prepared with a 6 pala weight. The 6 pala is equal to 14 ounce. Pot of copper. It is supposed to be made with copper, in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 massas. So a pot need to be prepared with 6 palas of copper, and the hole should be made in the middle using 4 massas gold. And with that 4 massas gold, you need to prepare a 1 inch long, sorry, 4 fingers long needle. The golden needle should be made whose length is about 4 fingers, 4 inches. When the pot is placed on water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called the danda or nadika. So this verse talks about the length of the nadika. Unmanam means by which something is measured. Here it refers to a copper pot, weight of 6 palas. 64 masas make 1 pala. One should make a hole in the pot using a gold needle, 4 fingers in length and weighing 4 masas. 5 kunjas make 1 masa. I don't know, some of you might be knowing this. Gold measurement, they use this kunjas, masas, tulas, etc. etc. Basically, 1 tula means 10 grams. So I think in 1 tula, 10 grams, and masa maybe 1 gram or something like that. So 5 gunjas make 1 masa. So 5 gunjas mean the gunja mala we make na. 5 gunjas weight 1 gram. Seems to be like that. That is the calculations. The time it takes for 1 prastha of water to enter the vessel and fill it is an adhika. If the weight of the vessel is more or the hole is larger, the pot will sink more quickly. If the weight is more, jaldi jaldi pani bharega. If the hole is also bigger, jaldi jaldi pani bharega. That's why the exact weight of the pot and the exact size of the hole are indicated. If the probe should be made, the needle should be made with gold only. If you take silver, the silver density may be, volume may be more, the hole size may become more. So it is like that. If the weight of the vessel is more or less, the hole is large, more or the hole is larger, the pot will sink more quickly. If the vessel is lighter and the hole is smaller, the pot will sink more slowly. Thus, the exact weight of the pot and the size of the hole are specified. If the needle is made of silver and the same length and weight, the hole will be bigger because silver is lighter than the gold. Silver density is more less than the gold density. So like that. Only gold probe only should be used to make the hole, and copper part only should be made. If it is aluminum part, so aluminum part will become very big. It cannot sink only. So like that. That is the whole idea. This is how this Antigatika yantra has to be made, and then time is measured in the past. So like that. Yamaschatvara चत्वरश्चत्वारो
यामश्चत्वारश्चत्वारो
मार्त्यानम् अहनि उभे
मध्याह्नम् अहनि उभे
पक्ष पञ्चदशानि दशाहानि
पक्षः पञ्चदशाहानि
शुक्ला कृष्णश्च मानदा
शुक्ला कृष्णश्च मानद. Translation: It is calculated that there are 4 praharas, which are also called yamas, in the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month.
Yeah. For the human beings, there are 4 yamas in the daytime and 4 yamas in the night time. Just know visa. Ashta prahara lila. 4 praharas in the daytime, 4 praharas in the night time. That is normal. There are 15 days in the waxing phase of the moon and the 15 days in the waning phase of the moon. So, like that, we have come to day. One day is a combination of daytime and nighttime. Daytime there are 4 yamas and nighttime 4 yamas. Like that, 15 days makes Krishna Paksha, 15 days make Shukla Paksha. Both combine together one lunar month, and that is equal to one complete day for the Pitrus who are residing in the moon. That will be mentioned. Ahani means day and night. Where are the numbers? Yeah, here only. In the next, this verse only I put all the numbers. We'll see that. तयो समुच्चयो मासा
तयोस्तमयुचयोसा
पितॄणां तदहर्निशम्
पितॄणां तदहर्निशम्
द्वौ तौ ऋतुसदयनम्
देवतावोरतु सत् अयोनम्
दक्षिणं चोत्तरं दिवि
दक्षिणं चोत्तरं दिवि.
अयने
Translation:
चाहनि प्राहुर्. Next verse.
अयनि च हनि प्राहुर्
वत्सरो द्वादश स्मृतः
वत्सरो द्वादश स्मृतः
संवत्सरशतं नृणाम्
संवत्सर शतं नृणानाम्
परमायुर्निरूपितम्.
परमायुर्निरूपितम्. Translation: The aggregate of 2 fortnights is 1 month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for these Pitta planets. Two of such months comprise 1 season, and 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. 2 solar movements make 1 day and night of the demigods, and that combination of the day and night is 1 complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years.
Yeah. So Maitreya is speaking to Vidura. Keep that in mind. The 2 fortnights are 1 month. So in the previous verse it is said that 15 days consisting of 8 praharas make 1 paksha. There are 2 such pakshas. One is Krishna paksha, one is Shukla paksha. And both the pakshas, both the fortnights combined together is called 1 month. This total is a day and night for the Pitrus. The Pitrus who are living in the moon. So our one paksha is their daytime, our another paksha is their nighttime. So our 1 full month is their 1 full day. So it is like that. So 2 months make 1 season. Yes. Spring season, rainy season, like that. We have 6 seasons in a year. So like that. 6 months make a southern half year and northern half year. So 2 months make 1 season, 6 months make 1 Uttarayana, another 6 months make 1 Dakshinayana. January 15 to July 15 is called Uttarayana. And July 16 to January 15 is called Dakshinayana. 6 months. Middle of January to middle of July is called Uttarayana. Middle of July to middle of January is called Dakshinayana. So in a year we have 2 ayanas. 2 off years make a day and night for the devatas in heaven. So our complete 1 year is 1 day and night for the devatas. So middle of April to middle of October, the devatas will have daytime, and middle of October to middle of April, the devatas will have night time. So our whole year, the devatas will have 1 complete day. 6 months they have daytime, 6 months they have night time. So 12 months make 1 year. 2 months make 1 season, 6 months make 1 ayana, 12 months make 1 year, and 100 years is described as the duration of the life of human beings. At the beginning of Kali Yuga, when Maitreya Vidura were discussing this topic, that time the normal average lifespan of human being was 100 years. Now it is reduced until further reduced. By the end of the Kali Yuga, it becomes 10. So like that. Because the normal lifespan of the human being in Satya Yuga, it was 100,000 years. Treta Yuga, it was 10,000 years. Dwapara Yuga, it was 1,000 years. And at the beginning of Kali Yuga, it was 100 years. By the end of Kali Yuga, it becomes 10 years. 110 is reducing by the passage of time in one yuga. That is general calculation we can understand. So it is like that. Devi is connected in the second verse. The 2 off years make 1 day and night for the devatas in heaven. 12 months make 1 year. So like that, the total lifespan of 100 years has been indicated till now. So from the beginning, starting with Paramanu time, all the way up to Paramayu, Nranam Paramayu. So human beings lifespan, that is 100 years. So till now, these are the time divisions are mentioned. If you see here, these are like the total time. For example, yes, the duration of human life is 100 human years. Our lifespan is 100 human years, which is in terms of devatas, day and night, it is 100 days. 100 days for the devatas. Because our 1 year, our 1 samvatsara calendar year, 1 solar year is equal to 12 solar months, which is 1 day and night for the devatas. That is equal to 2 solar movements. We have in 1 year we have Uttarayana Dakshinayana. So 6 months is Uttarayana, 6 months is Dakshinayana. And that 1 year is day and night for the devatas. Our 1 year is their 1 day. Our 100 years is their 100 days. And within 1 year there are 2 ayanas. 1 ayana or 1 movement of the sun in south or north. They are called Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. 6 solar months are called Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. 6 solar months is 1 day or 1 night of the devatas in that way. And Ratu, 1 Rutu is equal to 2 solar months. And 1 lunar month has 2 fortnights, black and white, Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. And 1 Paksha or 1 fortnight has 15 days and 15 nights, which is half month. 1 Ahani has 1 daytime or night time. It has 4 praharas or 4 yamas, which is 12 hours. And 1 prahara is 1/4 of the daytime. So 1 daytime is 12 hours, 1/4 of the day is 3 hours. So in 1 prahara there are 6 dandas. So 1 danda is about half an hour. If 1 prahara is 3 hours, in 3 hours there are 6 dandas, 1 danda is half an hour. So 1 danda or nadika is half an hour. In the Bhagavatam this chapter is half an hour. Traditionally it is taken as 24 minutes. And 1 muhurta is 60 minutes because 1 muhurta is equal to 2 dandas, 30, 30, 60. But traditionally we say take 48 minutes. And then 1 lagu. So 1 nadika is equal to 15 lagus. Then 1 lagu is 2 minutes or 120 seconds, which is equal to 15 kastas. Then 1 kasta is equal to 8 seconds, which is equal to 5 kshanas. Then 1 kshana is equal to 8 by 5 seconds. 1 kshana is like 8 by 5 seconds. Kshana is basically the time required for the eye to blink. The blinking time is called 1 kshana. So that is 8 by 5 seconds. So 1 kshana has 3 nimishas. So 1 nimisha is 8 by 15 seconds. So I think not Kshana. I think Nimisha is the time required for the eye to blink. The eye blinking time is 1 Nimisha, not Kshana. Kshana is normally we say 1 Kshana, 2 Kshana. So that is normally we say 1 Kshana is basically 8 by 5 seconds means 1.6 seconds. 1.6 seconds. And 1 Nimisha is 8 by 15. It is almost half second. Half second we need for the eye to blink. In order to close the eye or open the eye, total time we need is half second. And one nimisha will have 3 lavas. So there one lava is equal to 8 by 45 seconds. And one lava is 3 Vedas. One Veda has 8 by 135 seconds. And one Veda is equal to 100 Trutis. So one Truti is equal to 8 by 13,500 seconds. That is 1 by 1066.87.5 seconds. So this would be like 1000 by 1.6 matlab 0.6 milliseconds. 0.6 milliseconds is the truti. So in Telugu, this truti is used in the newspaper, news reading, news articles. Like when there was an accident supposed to happen, but somehow somebody got saved. So they write that within a truti, they have been saved from the accident. Truti matlab 0.6 milliseconds. It is like that. This is small time. So one Truti is the time required to pass through 3 Thrasarenas. So one Anu time is time required to pass through 1 Anu. That is 1 by 121,500 seconds. And 1 Paramanu time is the time required for the sunlight to pass through 1 Paramanu, which is about half Anu. That is 4 by 121,500 seconds or 1 by 30,375 seconds. So in terms of microseconds, how much it will become? 10 to the power of 6. 3 जाएगा तो 1000 by 30, 100 by 3. So 33 microseconds is 1 Paramanu time. And 1 Anu time is 66 microseconds. So something like that. And 1 Truti is 3 times that. 0.2, something like that. Yeah. So it is like this is how the timings have been given. So it's like that. Oh, I think something is missing here. Here there is something called Trasarenu time. Then Truti time. There is something is missing here. Trasarenu and Truti.
Yes, Rudy. 3 Thrasarenas, 1 Truti, you know.
100 Trutis make 1 Veda. So no. For the sun to pass through 3 Trasarenus is called Truti. 3 Trasarenus is Truti. So Truti time, afterwards one iska pehle, there is 1 Trasarenu time also. One line is missing. I think I will correct afterwards. But anyway, so the concept you understood na, it is like this. This is how the time divisions have been given from the smallest possible time to the lifespan of the human being, 100 years. So these are the timings, time divisions as per Bhagavatam, with which we are familiar. Any questions till now? Is it clear?
Okay, this time calculation is equal to all the planets.
No. This is for human beings. Forget about all the planets. उनके लिए हमारा ग्रंथ में नहीं बताएंगे. How the time we perceive, how we measure, that is being mentioned in the Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the marriage muhurta is given like one time only, one like 6:20. So what does it mean?
So that means when the Pandit says that he will give the middle time of the muhurta. So one muhurta will last for 48 minutes. When some time is given, So around that time, it is a auspicious time that particular ceremony should be performed. Maybe 24 minutes before and 24 minutes afterwards, or 12 minutes before and 12 minutes afterwards. So yeah, that particular activity should happen within the nadika, within the danda, something that exact details I also don't know, but that is auspicious muhurta. In a day we have total 16 muhurtas na. Middle of the night like 12 बजे से चालू होता है. The first muhurta is called some rudra muhurta, something like that. Early morning 4:30 before sunrise we call brahma muhurta. So like that, in a total day there are 16 muhurtas, and some muhurtas are auspicious, some muhurtas are not auspicious. That the priest can tell you why it is auspicious, why it is not auspicious, and all the details I don't know.
Okay, okay. Means
But
middle
one
time,
muhurta is about 20.
the middle time is given. That means, na?
Yeah, middle time is given. So before that few minutes and after that few minutes, we should perform that ceremony around that.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro.
The 100 years life for the human being, is it with reference to Kali Yuga, or here it is not considered for Satya, Treta and Dwapar Yuga, na? Right? Na? Last one, duration of human life is 100 human years, 100 days of Devata. So it is only applicable for, this particular line is applicable only for people of Kali Yuga, right? No?
Yes, because it is with respect to the point of conversation. When
Okay.
Maitreya and Vidura were conversing, that is just beginning of the Kali Yuga. That time their lifespan is about 100 years. Average lifespan was 100 years.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Puji. Any other devotees? Okay. So basically the time division, smallest division to the possible in terms of our lifespan, 100 years तक जो भी है. So वहाँ पर तक a brief description, summary of all the division. There could be many more also, but some like Truti is also known to people in general. We in Telugu newspaper they use, even today also they use. And Nimisha is like eye blinking time. Shana also we use. एक क्षण दो क्षण अभी एक क्षण में आता हूँ दो क्षण में आता हूँ something like that. Nadika also we use. Muhurta also we use. And Paksha, month, Ruth season, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, Samvastara. These are all we use. So it's not something utopian idea.
Even the Naimisha has the reference of this Nimisha, no? Nimisha time.
Yeah, something. Yeah, there Naimisha, Nimisha Kshetre, Rishya, Shaunakadaya, that comes, but yeah, there could be some connection to that Nimisha.
Okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, here it is mentioned that many fractions within of seconds. Then how modern scientists or modern education, they are saying that we are advanced by seeing these things. Our ancestors are more advanced. Our previous calculation, all there are very advanced.
बोल सकते हैं ना. See, you tell I am advanced and they are telling they are advanced. It's okay ना. Everyone has the freedom of voice. They can tell. वो मानना नहीं मानना आपके लिए, आपका है.
Okay.
Everyone has freedom of speech. They can say. You say I am advanced, and he will say he is advanced. Whoever speaks louder, his voice will be heard by everyone. So it is like that. These time calculations and all, they are always there. See, whether we may be using them in terms of hours, minutes, seconds, because the Britishers coming to India, we have become familiar with that. And before that also, people were talking about the timing. They used this Nimisha, Kshana, Kasta, Lagu, Nadika, Danda. These are all there. Life goes on. Whether you follow this system or that system, life is going on. It was going on, it is going on now also, it will go on in the future also. It does not stop. Sometimes they may say, I am so advanced, and history repeats, things will change again. So nothing is permanent here. Everyone has their time. At one point of time, the British Raj, uh, it was so expansive that the sun was never setting in their Raj. Now there is no England only. England itself is not even Thane district. So it is like that. So time has its own way to reveal things. So it is like that. Okay, we'll move on to the next verse. Graharchatara chakrastha
ग्रहाक्षतार चक्रस्थ
paramanu adina jagat
परमाण्वादिना जगत्
samvastharava samvastharavasanena
संवत्सरावसानेन
taryeti animisho vibhu.
पर्येति अनिमिषो विभु. Translation: influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala.
Yeah. The sun, a portion of the Supreme Lord in the form of time, situated in the zodiac belt. Among the planets, 27 constellations and other constellations, travels in a circle through the universe with measurements of time from Paramanu to full year. So basically, the intent is here the sun, who is one expansion of the Supreme Lord, continuously traveling along with the Kala Chakra. The Kala Chakra is made up of 27 constellations and 12 Rashis. 27 constellation matlab 27 nakshatras. So nakshatras are called as Riksha. In Sanskrit, they are called as Riksha or Nakshatra. There are such 27 constellations are there like Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, etc. Some of you might be familiar with them. And there are 12 Rashis also, 12 zodiac signs. It's like Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, Karaka, like that, Aries, etc. So these two combined together is called Kala Chakra. The sun travels along with this Kala Chakra, rising and setting, and depletes the time in our lifespan. This verse explains the sun decreasing the lifespan by rising and setting. The sun is situated in the circle of the planets such as Moon, the constellations such as Ashwini, and the unlimited stars, Tarakas. They are also there in the sky. The meaning is that other constellations not included in the 27 constellations, the sun, a portion of the Lord, the form of time, travels around the universe. Hayurarati Vaipumsham Udyannastavam Chayannasau Tasyarte Yat Kshanonita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. Both by rising and setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of Supreme Lord. Except for the devotees who are constantly engaged in hearing Krishna Katha, for all others, every rising and setting of sun depletes one day from their lifespan. This is how things are going on. That is the Sushti Niyam. So like that. So like that, sun is passing day after day, day after day. He creates 5 category of years. In reference to sun, generally we only know about 1 year. 1 year is equal to 365 days. So that is only we know. In the calendar, Val calendar, we see January 1st to December 31st, we may see. In Vaishnava calendar, we see April 17 to April 16. Or Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar, we see from Gaur Purnima to Gaur Purnima. That is 1 year. So like that. So like that, there are total 5 years. And their names are mentioned in this verse. Different people use different kalamanas. Accordingly, there are 5 years. Samvatsara Parivastara.
Samvatsara Parivatsara
Idavastara Evacha.
Edavastrasya Evacha
Anuvastaro Vastarascha.
Anavastaro Vastarasya
Viduraivam Prabhashyate.
Viduraivam Prabhasyate. Translation: there are 5 different names for the orbits of the sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the firmaments, and they each have their own samvatsara. Hare Krishna.
So, O Vidura, the sun's full revolution through the zodiac belt is called one samvatsara. The sun traveling to 12 rashis is called one samvatsara. This is from mid-April to mid-April. The full revolution of the Jupiter through the zodiac is called Parivastara. The year for 27 constellations is called Vastara. The lunar year is called Anuvastara. The remaining constellations have a year called Idavastara. So the planets, constellations, and other constellations have been described. This verse gives the different names of the years for the orbiting sun and other heavenly bodies. So normally we are familiar with this 1 year. 1 year for the sun is called Samvatsara. One solar year, the sun-based calendar year is 365.25 days, which begins on April 17th, which ends on April 16th. The sun's year begins on April 17th. According to English calendar, January 1st we may take. So 1 year for Jupiter is called Parivastara. So Jupiter, for the Jupiter to travel to all the 12 zodiac signs, it takes approximately 12 years, 11.87 years. That is Jupiter Kalamana. That is called Guru Kalamana. This is Suryamana. This is Gauramana. It is called like Guru Brahaspati Mana. According to Brahaspati, it is the. And then 1 year for the moon is called an Anuvastara. 327.6 days. This is Anuvastara is Chandramana. Just like Suryamana, we have Chandramana also. There are two ways to see. Yeah. Okay. Since there is no orbital motion for the constellations, time is measured using the moon's movement. For the 27 constellations, 12 months, 27 days makes one Vastara. So for the constellations, there is 1 year that is called Vastara. That is about 324 days. For the moon, 327 days. For the constellation, 324 days, 1 year. And similarly, for other stars and all, their year is called Idavastara. That takes 360 days. So, but generally, the lunar year, though it is mentioned at 327.6 days, there is a reason for that. But our lunar year we generally take as 12 lunar months. One Amavasya to other Amavasya is one lunar month. Like that, combining 12 lunar months, which would take actually 355 days. So a lunar year is 12 lunar months from new moon to new moon, Amavasya to Amavasya. In Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar, we take from full moon to full moon because Gaur Purnima happening on full moon. So in Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar, the lunar month starts on full moon day. But in South India, the lunar month starts on new moon day. So like that, Pratipad after Amavasya. So but in any case, the 12 lunar months takes 355 days. So the Anuvastara would be 355 days. Samvastara would be 365 days. Parivastara is 11.87 years. And Vastara is 324 days. Idavastara is 360 days. These are the 5 different years. People use them accordingly different. We may not be so much familiar with them, but people use in different places in India them. So like that. The reason is all these years and all these months are indicated in such a way in order to engage us proper Vedic activities. So because of all these years, we have so many celebrations, so many years. Like in Kerala, we have Onam, the New Year. In Tamil Nadu, they have Adi. And in Andhra and all, we celebrate Ugadi, the new beginning of new lunar year. In Maharashtra also, we celebrate Gudi Padwa, new beginning of lunar year. And in relation to solar year, we don't celebrate in April so much, but in Odisha, they celebrate the new solar year. In South India, like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and all, we celebrate Makar Sankranti, then sun entering into Makar Rashi. So like that, based on these years, we have so many celebrations throughout the year. So this is how the Vedic sages have engaged us, have kept us in connection with the Supreme Lord by all these different days. So like that. So that worship is mentioned in this next verse. Yes, Rujja Shaktim Purudochavasyam Swashaktya पुंशो भ्रमाया दिविधावति भूतभेदा कालाख्यया गुणमयं क्रतुभिर्वितन्वं तस्मै बलिं हरतवस्तरपञ्चकाया. Please read the translation.
O Vidura, the sun enlivens all living entities with his unlimited heat and light. He diminishes the duration of life of all living entities in order to release them from their illusion of material attachment, and he enlarges the path of elevation to the heavenly kingdom. He thus moves in the firmament with great velocity, and therefore everyone should offer him respects once every 5 years with all ingredients of worship. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The sun, made out of the particular material elements, most basically fire element, moves in the sky, displaying with force the ability of plants to germinate. It is by the movement of sun, the plants are germinating. As a result of that, we are having our food through the energy of time and producing material results by means of ritual actions according to proper calculations of time. In order to dispel illusion of men, O performers of dharma, you should make offerings to the sun for promoting the five types of year. So because of all these time calculations, because of the muhurtas, dandas, all these things, we are able to perform so many past ceremonies, and as a result of that, we are also getting good results. We are purifying ourselves, and everything is there. So everything is happening because of sun. So out of gratitude, we should offer special worship to sun at appropriate times like Makar Sankranti, Gudi Padwa, Onam, Adi, etc. etc. And every day at 3 Sandhyas also people offer Argya to sun. So all these things should be performed, expressing our gratitude to sun. One may ask the purpose of having 5 different years. The religious acts accomplished by the various calculations of year are described in this verse. So basically, all our religious activities we do based on this time calculations only. The last week we celebrated Janmashtami. Next week we are going to celebrate Radhashtami. And afterwards we have Bhadra Purnima. In between we have Vamana Dwadashi. All these because of this time calculations only. If there are no calculations, how can we do all these festivals? The sun, a particular form of elements in the form of a ball of fire, moves in the sky, revealing strongly in the form of time the ability of plants to germinate. It is by the movement of sun only everything is happening. Why does it move in the sky? He increases the results such as attainment of Swarga of those with material desires in order to destroy confusion of for men by actions performed with knowledge of the correct time for those actions according to the samvatsara and other types of year. The people who desire to go to heavenly abodes or Pitruloka are attaining good fortune and good results and all, they actually see through all these muhurtas and all these things and all, then only they perform that ceremony. It is all to attain good results. O followers of Dharma, you should offer articles of worship such as Argya to the sun in order to set in motion the 5 types of year. Because sun is so much doing so much for us, in response, we should perform Argya and other pujas so that sun will continue to do the same thing. So this is the mutual responsibility between us and the devatas. So like that. So this is how everything within the human realm, within the human possible time calculation with which we are familiar, that has been mentioned till now. Now Vidura will ask a question. Please tell me about the time in the upper planetary systems. You talked about the human beings and also talking about the day and night of the Pitrus, the day and night of the Devatas. But what about the sages who are living in the Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka? What are their timings? What are their lifespans? So please talk about them. That is the question asked by Vidura in the next couple of slokas. For that, the answer will be in the remaining entire chapter. So till now, starting with Paramanu time, we have come up to 100 years. And from 100 years, we have to go to 100 years of humans to 100 years of Lord Brahma. So this incremental order of the time will be described in the remaining part of the chapter. So next text. Vidura uvacha Pitrudeva Manushanam
Vidura uvacha Pitrudeva Manusyanam
Ayu Paramidam Smrutam
Ayu Param Idam Smaratam
Paresham Gatima Chakshva
Paresham Gatima Achakshya
Yesyu Kalpad Bahirvidaha.
Yeshu Kalpadad Bahirvidha. Translation. Vidura said, I now understand the life duration of the residents of the Pitha planets and heavenly planets as well as that of the human beings. Now kindly inform me of the duration of life of those greatly learned living entities who are beyond the ranges of a kalpa. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Vidura is asking that. You have described the maximum lifespan of 100 years of the Pitrus, Devatas, and humans. So for humans it is 100 years. For Devatas it will be 100 days. For Pitrus, our 100 years will be how many years? Our 1 month is their 1 day. Hmm? Then our 1 year is their 12 days. Our 100 years will be their 1200 days. We can say like that. 1200 days. That is their lifespan. So please describe the lifespan of those who, being wise, exist beyond the Kalpa of Brahma. So please talk about the people who live for more than one Kalpa also. Talk about them. Please tell them about their lifespan, etc. Idam refers to the 100 years according to the calculations. Please describe the lifespan of Sanaka, Bhrugu and others, who being very learned, remain outside the Kalpa of day of Brahma, who live for more than a Kalpa of Brahma. Please talk about their lifespans. So that's what Vidura is asking Maitreya. He further says, Bhagavan Veda Kalasya
Bhagavan Veda Kalasya
Gatim Bhagavato Nanu
Gatim Bhagavato Nanu
Vishwam Vichakshate Dhira
Vishwam Vishaktaste Dhira
Yoga Radhena Chakshusha.
Yogaradhena Chakshusha. Translation. O spiritually powerful one, you can understand the movements of eternal time, which is the controlling form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you are a self realized person, you can see everything by the power of mystic vision. Hare Krishna.
O Master, you know the movements of the Lord in the form of time. The wise see the universe through the eyes of perfection, perfect by yoga. Yoga Radhena Chakshusha. You are not a ordinary person, but you are a great yogi, a great soul. So you know everything. So please speak about this. Because human beings may know okay what is happening around us maybe 100 years okay इतना बोल सकते हैं. But beyond Kalpa, only great souls like Maitreya can speak. Like that is telling. Now the rest of the chapter Maitreya talks about the further divisions of time. Kritam Treta Dwaparam Cha
कृते तेत्रा द्वापरं च
Kalischeti Chaturyugam
कलिश्चेति चतुर्युगम्
Divyair Dvadashabhir Varshai
दिव्यै द्वादशवर्षै
Savadanam Nirupitam.
सावधानं निरूपितम्. Translation. Maitreya said, O Vidura, the 4 millenniums are called the Satyas, Tretas, and Dwapar and Kali Yugas. The aggregate number of years of all these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. Hare Krishna.
Hmm. So kindly remember year after. Most of the things are mentioned Devata years only. Our one full year is Devata's one full day. That means our 360 years are Devata's 1 year. So till now, everything is mentioned in terms of human hours, human minutes, human seconds, human years, etc. From now onwards, everything will be mentioned in Devata years. So one Devata year is equal to 360 human years. If you want to know equivalent number in human years, you multiply these numbers mentioned in these shlokas with 360. You will get it in human calculations. Because these numbers are very big, if you want to tell in human years, it will take big numbers. So they were mentioned Devata years so that it becomes small. The four yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, are described as 12,000 Devata years, including the Sandhya portions. So basically, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali, all four put together is equal to 12,000 Devata years. So 12,000 into 360 would be, okay, not even, 12,000 into 360 would be how much? 1236 ja. 43 lakh 20,000 human years, or 4.32 million human years. There's a big number. So it is, 12,000 is easy to tell. That's why they are using the Devata years from now on. Divyer, Dwadashabir, Varshair. So it's like that. Savadanam Nirupita. The lifespan of the Bhrugu and others beyond the Kalpa are equal to that of Brahma. So those people, the great sages, who are living in Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, such as Bhrugu, Vasishta, Pulaha, Kratu, Angira, Narada, four Kumaras, all these great personalities, their lifespan is equal to the lifespan of Brahma. They also live for 100 years of Lord Brahma's lifespan. It is not that they will die and they will not come again. They also stay here for the entire lifespan of Brahma, for 100 years of Brahma. As long as the creation will be there, that long they will be there. So why and all, we will discuss in more clarity in the 12th chapter. 12th chapter, their creation will be mentioned. That time we will talk about that. In order to explain the lifespan of Brahma, the calculations of the yugas is explained. Varshai means by 1,000 years. Avadhanam year means that which is deposited. It refers to the sandhyas at the beginning and end of a yuga. So basically, Divyer Dwadashabir Varshai. It is not Varsha. Varsha means 1,000 Varshas. 12,000 Varshas of Devatas is equal to one Chaturyuga, consisting of Kruta Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So like that. Chatvari Trini Dvechaikum Kritadishu Yataakramam Sankyatani Sahasrani Dvigunani Shatani Cha. It said, the yugas starting with Satya are calculated by multiplying 1200 by 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chatvari, 3, Dve, Eka. 4, 3, 2, 1 multiplied with Sahasrani, Dvi, Gunani, Shatani. Shata means 6. Dvi Gunani means 2 times 6, 12. Sahasrani, 12,000. 12,000 multiplied by 4 will give you the time of Satya Yuga. 12,000 by 3, 1200 by 3, Treta Yuga. 1200 by 2, Dwapara Yuga. 1200 by 1, Kali Yuga. So that is the understanding. So all four put together, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 1, 10. So 10 times 1200, that is 12,000. The 12,000 is mentioned here. So 12,000 Devata years is equal to 1 Chaturyuga. In that 4 yugas are there. Satya Yuga will be 4 times 1200. Treta Yuga is 3 times 1200. Dwapara Yuga 2 times 1200. Kali Yuga 1 time 1200. So 1200 Devata years is Kali Yuga. 1200 into 360. So 12 into 36,000. So basically, so that is how much it will be? 4,32,000 human years. That is Kali Yuga. So like that. Satya Yuga is 4,000 Devata years and Sandhyas at the beginning and end of the Yuga totally 800 years. In total, Satyayuga is 4,800 years. So some calculation that is not required. So basically, 4 times means Satyayuga is 4,800 years. Treta Yuga is 3,600 years. Dwapara Yuga is 2,400 years. Kali Yuga is 1,200 Devata years. These are the timings of the 4 yugas. So it is like that. Sandhya Sandamshayorantar Yakala Shata Sankayo Tam Eva Horyugam Tagna Yatra Dharmo Vidiyate. Please read the translation.
The, the transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundreds years, as aforementioned, are known as Yuga Sandhya, or the conjunctions of 2 millenniums. According to the expert astronomers, in those periods, all kind of religious activities are performed.
Yeah. The period between the Sandhyas, which are calculated in hundreds of Devata years, is called the Yuga by the wise. During this period, the particular dharma of the Yuga are performed. The juncture at the beginning is called Sandhya, and the juncture at the end is called Sandhyamsha. What are these? They are counted in hundreds of years. So basically, if you take the previous verse, Kali Yuga lasts for 1200 Devata years. So out of 1200 Devata years, the beginning 100 years is called Sandhya period of Kali Yuga. In the middle 1000 years is called actually Kali Yuga. And at the end 100 Devata years is called again Sandhyamsha, the evening Sandhya. One is morning Sandhya, other one is evening Sandhya, in between the daytime. So morning Sandhya is 100 Devata years, evening Sandhya is another 100 Devata years, and during the daytime 1000 Devata years. This is the total Kali Yuga. So during the Sandhya period, the rituals of the previous Yuga will transform into the new Yuga. So there is a transition from the previous Yuga to current Yuga that will take place in this Sandhya period. So currently we are going through the Sandhya period only. The Sandhya period will last for 100 Devata years. That means 36,000 human years. Currently we have just completed 5,000 years only in the correct beginning of Kali Yuga. Still 31,000 years are there. That is still Sandhya period only. After the Sandhya period is over, the actual Kali Yuga will begin. So it is like that. So 1 year of Devatas is 360 human years. 4 yugas are described in scripture to be 4.32 million human years. That means 43 lakh 20,000 human years. Satya Yuga is 17 lakh 28,000 human years. Treta Yuga is 12 lakhs 96,000 human years. Dwapara Yuga is 8 lakh 64,000 human years. Kali Yuga is 4 lakh 32,000 human years. For every yuga, there is a particular yuga dharma. And during the Sandhya times, the yuga dharma will transform into the new yuga dharma. So this is the understanding. The 4 yugas, their times, the yuga sandhyas in the morning, yuga sandhyas in the evening time, with sandhya and sandhyamsha and yuga rupa, and how much time is that and what happens during that time is kind of indicated here. Dharma chatushpan manujan krite samanuvartate sa evanyeshu adharmena vyeti padena vardata. Please read the translation.
O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintained the principles of religion, but in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion was proportionately admitted.
How, starting from Satyayuga to Kali Yuga, dharma is gradually decreasing. The concept is indicated here. In Satyayuga, mankind, the human beings, properly and completely maintained the principles of religion. Dharma chatushpad. The 4 legs of dharma is completely and properly followed in Satyayuga. But in other millenniums, religion decreased by 1/4, Veti Padena, as irreligion was proportionately admitted. In Satyayuga, the four legs were present 100%. In Treta Yuga, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 is reduced. That means the four legs only had 75% each. In Dwapara Yuga, they only had 50%. At the beginning of Kali Yuga, they only have 25% each. The four pillars of Dharma, they only have 25% each at the beginning of Kali Yuga. And by the end of Kali Yuga, even that becomes 0, 0, 0, 0. That is the understanding. In Satyayuga, complete Dharma is aimed at mankind. Because Adharma gradually increased by 1/4 in the following yugas, Dharma gradually decreased by 1/4. So this is how the Dharma and Adharma. How actually these details are later on mentioned in the 12th canto. How what kind of Dharma is being followed in Satya Yuga, how much it is reduced, because of what it is reduced. The 12th canto, chapter 3 and chapter 3 only, I suppose. For those who are interested in understanding all these details, you can refer to chapter 3 of 12th canto. The exact details. And what are the principles of Dharma in Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, and how they are reduced to 3/4 in Treta Yuga, then to 1/2 in Dwapara Yuga, and 1/4 in Kali Yuga. And at the end of Kali Yuga, everything will be reduced. What kind of qualities will be there in people of end of Kali Yuga, etc. All these details are mentioned in the third chapter of the 12th canto. So till now, whatever we have discussed, everything in terms of human years and Devata years, our 1 year, our duration of life, Devatas 1 year, one Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, all these four put together is called one Chatur Yuga or Divya Yuga, which is this much. Any questions till now? You are able to follow, all of you?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So whatever is being discussed in couple of verses, I put them in tables so that you can become familiar with the numbers. Of course, regularly also we keep discussing these numbers. Trilokyayuga Bahir Ara Abrahmanodinam Tavati Eva Nishatata Yennimilati Vishwasruk. Please read the translation.
When Brahma goes to sleep in this night time, the three planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. In this sleeping condition, Brahman dreams about the Garbhodakasaya Vishnu and takes instruction from the Lord for the rehabilitation of the devastated area of space.
Hare Krishna, I think you have read the translation of 23rd verse. 22nd verse I'll read, Prabhuji. Outside of the three planetary systems, Swarga, Martya and Patala, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. Hare Krishna.
So here Maitreya is saying that, O Vidura, beyond Swargaloka, starting from Maharloka onwards and all the way up to Brahmaloka, that means Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. So Triloka Bahim means above Swargaloka. All the four lokas, one day is equal to 1000 yuga cycles. Here, generally one yuga means one Chatur Yuga or one Divya Yuga. So one yuga is equal to 12,000 Devata years, which is 4.32 million human years. So in the upper four planetary systems, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, their one day is equal to 1000 Chaturyugas or 1000 Yuga cycles. 4.32 million years into 1000. That is 4.32 billion years. And the night when Brahma sleeps is also same duration. So Brahma's day is this much and Brahma's night is also this much. So the Brahma's day is also the day in Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. And Brahma's night is also night in Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. All the four upper lokas will have the same timings, same daytime, same night time. Their daytime is for Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, Brahmano Harvidu. So one day of Brahma is 1000 Chaturyugas and one night of Brahma is 1000 Chaturyugas. Beyond the three worlds, above Swarga, from Maharloka to Brahmaloka, 1000 cycles of 4 yugas equals 1 day. And in the night Brahma falls asleep. He sleeps following the sleep of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Thus, a day and night of Brahma is equal to 2000 yugas. Yuga means Chaturyuga or Divya Yuga. For mankind, it is 8.64 billion human years. So one full day of Brahma, daytime and nighttime both together, is equal to this much time for human beings. So this is how. For the human beings and Pitrus, our 15 days is equal to their 1 day, their daytime. Our another 15 days is equal to their night time. That means our 1 full month is their 1 full day. And for Devatas, our 6 months is their daytime, our 6 months is their night time. Our full 1 year is their 1 day. And for these great sages, our this many years is their 1 full day. This is the comparison. Kindly understand how great they must be. That all the great sages, such as Bhrugu, Pulaha, Kratu, Vasishta, and Angira, Narada, Chatushkumara, Brahma, all these people, their 1 day, 1 complete day is only this many years. Then what to speak of their lifespan? Their lifespan is like that they have 30 days in a month, 12 months in a year, and 100 years of the lifespan. They live for 100 years of this with this time periods. So it is like that. Nishavasana Arabdo. Here it is basically mentioning about the 1 day of Brahma is 1000 Chaturyugas. The night is also of the same time. While indicating night, the pralaya that takes place at the end of Brahma's day, at the beginning of Brahma's night, that pralaya details are mentioned in the upcoming verses. Though it is just 2 o'clock, it is already been 2 hours is about to complete. We'll discuss this pralaya, how this pralaya takes place, and then we'll close for today. Maybe 5 minutes it will take. We'll see. Couple of verses. Nisavasana arabdo lokakalponu vartate yavaddinam bhagavato manun punjams chaturdashaha. It is said, at the end of the night, the creation of the planets takes place and remains for 14 manvantaras. This is a day of Brahma. So basically in the previous it is said that 1 day of Brahma lasts for 1000 Chaturyugas. Then there is night of Brahma. And 1 night of Brahma again lasts for 1000 Chaturyugas. So at the end of the night of Brahma, when the next day starts, at that time, the Brahma creates the planets and 14 lokas, etc. etc. And all these things will remain for 1 complete day of Brahma. That 1 complete day of Brahma is divided into 14 Manvantara periods. In a day of Brahma, wherein 1000 Chaturyugas are there, they are divided into 14 Manvantara periods. This verse describes the condition during the day. At the end of the night, that is early morning, the creation of the planets takes place. That we discussed in the 10th chapter. The Brahma divides the lotus into 14 divisions. That is, their existence extends over the 14 Manvantara periods. So how long these 14 lokas will exist? They will stay for 14 Manvantara periods. So now what is that Manvantara period? Samsam kalam manurbhungte sadikam hi ekasaptatim. Each Manvantara extends for a little over 71 Chaturyugas. So in 1 day of Brahma we have 1000 Chaturyugas and there are 14 Manvantaras. So each Manvantara would be equal to 1000 Chaturyugas divided by 14. So which is little more than 71. 71 into 14 will be 996. And 4 are there. 4 divided by 14, little less than 1/4 or something like that. So in that way. So we can say 71.4 Chaturyugas. So that would be more appropriate. A Manu rules for a little more than 71 Yuga cycles. This is little over 852,000 Devata years or 306,720,000 human years. This is confirmed in the Vishnu Purana also. So kindly get this number. The lifespan of the Devatas is this much. The Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu and all, they live for this many years. Their lifespan is not like 100 Devata years or something, 1000 Devata years. Because their lifespan is equal to one Manvantara. After one Manvantara is over, Devatas will go back to spiritual world and new Devatas will take the responsibility. So they live for one Manvantara, that is equal to this many years. According to Devatas, they live for 8,50,000 years. That is their lifespan according to their years. And according to our human years, 306,720,000 years. This is their lifespan, Devatas lifespan. So like that. This many years the Devatas live. And for the entire lifespan of Brahma, the great sages live. That is much more than this. Manvantareshu manavas tadvamsha rishayasura bhavanti chaiva yugapat sureshachanu yechatan. In the Manvantara, the Manus, the seven sages, the Devatas, Indra, appear simultaneously with Manu, and the descendants of Manu appear gradually. So, as I just mentioned, at the end of a Manvantara, all the Devatas will disappear. They will go back to Godhead, and the new Devatas will start taking responsibilities. So, who are all taking the responsibility at the beginning of a new Manu? The Manu, the Sapta Rishis, the Devatas, Indra, they all appear simultaneously with Manu, and the descendants of Manu will appear gradually. So at the beginning of the Manvantara period, the new Indra will be appointed, the new Devatas will be appointed, new Saptarushis will be appointed, the new Manu will be appointed, etc. But after Manu, the Manu will rule for some time. The Manu rules the Bhumandala, the Devatas rule over the Swarga. So Manu rules for some time. After the Manu, his son will rule. Though Manu's lifespan is one Manvantara period, but it does not rule for the entire period. He will give the responsibility to his son, and his son will give the responsibility to his grandson, like that. The Manu is living currently. For example, now currently the seventh Manu, his name is Shraddha Deva, is Vaivashth Manu. He is currently staying somewhere in Jambudvipa. He is worshipping his worshipful Lord Matsya. But he is not ruling. His descendants are ruling. So like that, Manu was Shraddha Deva. Shraddha Deva's son was Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku son was someone like that. They were ruling from the beginning of the seventh Manvantara period. So it is like that. The dynasty of Manu, the protector of the earth, gradually appears. The seven sages and others, however, appear simultaneously with Manu. The Indras, Gandharvas who follow them appear simultaneously. So basically, all the Devatas, their assistants, and Indra, their leader, and then the Saptarushis and the Manu, they all begin at the beginning of the Manu. And the sons of Manu, grandsons, great-grandsons, they'll come one after the other as time permits. So it's like that. Esha dinam dinasargo brahmastrailokyya vartanam Tiriyanyu Pitrudevanam Sambhavo Yatra Karma Bhim. The daily creation of Brahma involves producing the three worlds in which the animals, humans, and devatas appear according to their karmas. So every day, at the beginning of the Brahma's day, just like we saw in the previous chapter, the lotus appears. On top of the lotus, Brahma appears, and Brahma then divides the lotus into 14 divisions. Then he creates bodies for all the different variety of living entities so that they perform their karmas according to their previous karmas. So this is called daily creation of Brahma, which takes place at the beginning of Brahma's day. Trilokya Vartata means the creation of the three worlds. the planets from Sarga down to Patala. So Sargaloka, Bhuvarloka, Bhuloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. These 10 abodes are filled by Brahma. Every day morning, Brahma fills them with a different variety of living entities. Because generally the residents of the upper lokas, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, they live the lifespan of Lord Brahma. Because they don't die. They go to sleep within the body of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, again they get up and continue the activity. They don't die. So they don't have to be created. But others who are living in the lower 10 planetary systems like Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, all the way to Patala, they will die at the end of Brahma's day. In the next day, their new bodies have to be created by Brahma. So it is said like that. So that's how their creation is mentioned.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, what about the Manus? They are also destroyed, or the same Manus are doing same activities after day of Brahman?
No, not same Manu. The different Manus, like different government. The Manu is basically the ruler. The different kings will come, different people will keep coming. Not necessarily the same people.
Okay.
After their period is over, the Manu also will go back to Godhead. And some other new person will take the responsibility. It's like that.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro.
Prabhuji, like Brahma's daytime is 1000 times of Chaturyuga, right? Similarly,
Yes.
Brahma's night time also 1000 times of
Same.
Chaturyuga?
Yes, same time. Just like we have daytime 12 hours, night time 12 hours. For Brahma also same time daytime, same time night time.
So only daytime is divided into 14 manus, but night time
yes,
all manus will go to
नहीं
sleep.
सो रहे ना वो डिवाइड करके फायदा क्या कुछ एक्टिविटी हो नहीं रहा है the division is made in such a way that activities different people are taking the responsibility of overseeing the activities when nothing is happening what is the use of making divisions.
Okay, thank you.
So this shloka is talking about at the beginning of the day of Brahma what Brahma is creating, what does it do, that is indicated here. So one second. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Hare Krishna. So it's like that. I think we'll stop here. The next verse onwards. The next verse is about maintenance, and the verse after that is about annihilation. So we'll discuss that in the next class. So with 26, we'll stop here. Any other devotees have any question? Finally, before closing.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
In the lower planet like Bhuloka, Swargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, you said that after the end of Brahma's days, all died, and after next day they get another new body, right? True. And then
Yeah,
what about
Brahma
the
gives them
upper
new
planetary
bodies.
system? What about upper planetary jivas?
The upper planet they don't die because the residents of the upper lokas live for the lifespan of Lord Brahma. They only go to sleep. They don't die, but they enter into the body of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. They sleep for the entire night of Brahma. And next morning they again get up and they perform activities as usual.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
They don't die. But the people in the remaining 10 lokas, they die. How they will die and all is actually the main concept. That's what I thought of describing today, but I will not. We already done with time. We'll discuss next week. From this verse onwards, how things are happening. They are mentioned. How they will die. That is all mentioned in the upcoming section. We'll get more clarity on that next class.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
हाँ, yes, March.
प्रभु जी, जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे 100 इयर्स लाइफ स्पैन है, तो नीचे के लोक में जैसे स्वर्ग लोक के 6 महीने यानी हमारे 6 महीने यानी स्वर्ग लोक का 1 दिन, तो नीचे के प्लेनेट में हमसे भी कम होगा ना?
नहीं, कम नहीं होगा। जैसे देवता लोग इतना साल रह रहे हैं ना, नीचे के लोग का असुर लोग भी इतना दिन रहते हैं। उनका भी जीवन का काल इतना रहता है। असुरों का भी जीवन काल इतना रहता है।
अच्छा,
एक
तो ओनली
मनवंतर काल तक वो भी जीते।
नहीं, बट हमारा कैसे 100 ईयर लाइफ स्पैन होता है, देन वी विल डाई एंड वी टेक अनदर बॉडी। तो अतल वितल सुतल जो है, वहां पे भी यही कैलकुलेशन होगा या इससे भी कम कैलकुलेशन होगा? That's what I want.
नहीं, यही होगा, बट ज्यादा you see the number ना, my cursor is there ना. The asuras also can live for this many years if they want to.
अच्छा,
Their lifespan is also as long as devatas.
अच्छा, तो खाली हमारा लाइफ स्पैन कम है मनुष्य योनि भूलोक का।
हाँ, मनुष्यों का और पशु पक्षी इत्यादि उनका कम है।
ओके, बाकी
because
सबका
देवता
असुरों
is
का।
the same category ना, they are all taken together, they are all superhuman beings. उन सबका
अच्छा,
जीवन का आयु ज्यादा है।
ओके। तो ये नाग लोग जो पाताल लोक में जो नाग लोग रहते हैं, उनकी भी आयु उतनी बड़ी रहती है?
हाँ, उतना बड़ी तक रहते हैं।
थैंक यू।
They can also live for one another.
And they also enter into the Garbhodaksha Vishnu after the end of the Manu, day
Obviously,
of Manu.
everyone when they die, they will enter into the body of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Every living entity, nothing will be there in the upper part of the universe. Everything enters into the body of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. The next day, again everything will reappear.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other devotees have any query? So no problem if there are no queries. So thank you for joining today. Though it is Sunday in the afternoon time, it may be your resting time immediately after lunch. So thank you for joining. So yeah, we'll continue in the next Sunday. Hare Krishna. Grantara Srimad
Hare
Bhagavatam ki
Krishna,
jai.
pranam.
Shri